Greetings and welcome to the channel. And today we're just going to be doing more E2E testing. So what we have right now is we kind of have like these inlays. You can see it's really like nothing special if you try to look at it, if you try to take a look. But what we have is we have elements inside the elements, and this is actually like a part of the feature where like these elements are all separate. So like if we head out into the DOM into the DOM tree, we're kind of going to see that they're not nested. These elements are kind of not nested one in another. Oh yeah, I can't reach that because that's actually behind. Right, like these elements are not nested one in another. Right, so you can see the div. There's no there's no drop down. Then if I go ahead, I reach out to section 1, section 2, like so. Right, you can start to see that. All right, there it's nothing. It's actually nested inside. Right, so this is actually a feature where, like, say for example, like what we want to do is I'm just going to go ahead and show you why we have this feature. All right, it's a container. Oh no, I think it's further down. To go to 1, right? Let me make the height. All right, let me make the height 20.20. Right now what we can have. Right, so what we kind of have is that we have like the ability, right? So say for example we want element to be associated with another element, but at the same time we want things to be visible. It's going to work better with transitions, but for now I'm just going to go ahead and test that basically that these elements are going to move to where they're supposed to on top of one another, as long as I'm adding and removing. So you can see we could have the same duplicate section, right? We can have the same duplicate, and right here is important, right? We kind of, as we add these two divs, we want this outer section to try to expand, right? Right, so that's what we kind of have for now set up here. And this is kind of important because, say for example, if you want to add some animation to this, right? I'm actually going to try to look for this. Should we try to make this work here? All right, let's say its left was right, and say we want to, right, so you can see how cool this looks, right? You can get this to, right, so this looks actually really neat, right? We can expand this, right? So these outer elements, right, since they're not a child of the div, they can actually leave the div and will cause a mess, right? It will try to like lock itself behind the div. It'll actually do something interesting here. I'm pretty sure you could do this with nested elements, but the amount of logic and the amount of extra calculations, you'd rather just be able to place an element behind one another. And I don't think it's really browser conformant. Like if I try to pull up IE, it wouldn't work. I wish I had Edge on this. I need to learn how to enable Edge. But really what I want to go ahead and test is this logic right here. And this is actually a cool little design tool. Right, so what I want to go ahead and test, you know what, I'm actually going to leave it like this. I kind of like the design. I kind of want to just make sure that as I navigate through the website, that what I get is, right, that the state is kept and so forth. Right, so this is basically what we want to achieve about concerning this. I actually wanted to see something here. Right, and then if I added, right, I click remove. Right, this seems to be like an empty space unaccounted for, but I think what happens, you need to resize it and it figures itself out. Right, that's actually interesting. That's actually pretty interesting that it could figure out that they were sized the same, but it's okay as long as it's resized. That should be fine. I should account for that. All right, so now what I want to go ahead and do is just try to test deal with that situation. So first things first. Um, right. So obviously all these elements. I really don't know. I want to test this out, but really I think what it is like I think I have to just get the ratios of all these and try to see if the ratios match up. Or I think the only thing that's changing is the top. So if I add X, I just want to make sure that they all end up in the same place. Alright, so let me test out the scenario. In the first display, yeah, and then I want to be able to make sure I click out the navigation text. Yeah, I want to make sure I'm on the right navigation. So at least click on the blog navigation just because I might do a test and I might be in the wrong navigation. Navigation is done properly, right? Is done properly, and then I'll do a separate scenario for navigation. I just want to make sure that duplication is done properly, and I think that's what I'm only going to test for this video. It might take me a bit to write. So now what I want to go ahead and do is I want to make sure that I can select this. And I got to get the Chrome driver in here. It's been a while since I wrote in Ruby. Had some technical have paperwork to deal with, so now I'm trying to remember the Ruby skills. Right, so I think first things first, I have to be able to select all these elements. Since they're not nested one inside another, I have to know to select them. Alright, heading display, 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 and I should be able to. Right, so I know they're kind of like suffixed with display. Let me see which ones are suffixed 1 by 5. I think section 1. But I don't think we'll know that. So I don't think these sections are suffixed. Alright, and my display. Yeah, I think they're suffixed the way I want them to, so I'm going to try to suffix them better. So I can select them better. Alright, where does it start? Alright, cool, it starts here. Alright, close up the body tag. Oh, no, close up the whole tag, it's interesting. Heading, key is the heading. Alright, I'm actually, instead of trying to suffix them, I'm actually just going to try to include it. Display 1. Alright, so that's going to be my heading, and hopefully I can get them on the others. So my display 1, that's going to do for that. For first one, without my display 1. Key is text. Display 1. And vehicle and key is text. Display 1. Alright. Alright, so now when I go ahead and alright, so I have to find then MDN for the class selectors, reject selectors, attribute selectors. Beautiful. Includes containing, right? So I need that star. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, and now one of the yellow. And then I think I want to be able to pre-print this. Includes dash display. Actually, no, display one. I think that should work. Alright, so it includes it, contains the word. Right, so it's either containing or contains the word. Right, so I'm just going to use this instead. And now let us go ahead and change the default shell. Alright, and now Control J, and now add a new shell. Anyway, great, beautiful. Alright, and then I have some security updates to run. I'm not too excited about trying to get that to set up, so do the Angular source and then testing. Testing E2E, then bundle. And before I do that, let me just go ahead and print pp-tp versus display. And I know in Python it's qpprint. I always get those two mixed up, but that's what I love about programming different languages. So let's see. I think something wrong is going to happen here. I don't think, yeah. Right. I have to use the different, I'm using the wrong Ruby version. RVM list, RVM use 2.7.0, because I actually had to go 2.7.2. Beautiful. See how this goes. Oh, that's interesting. I got to go figure this out, see why this happened. Oh, it looks like it eventually opened. So, definitely want to see what's going on there. Okay, apparently it figured itself out. I got it to work. Let me go see the test. Oh, I wanted this 3D printed. Oh well. Alright, so I think what I'm expecting is 5. I was expecting 5, right? 5 elements. 1 I can't touch. 2, 3, right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, beautiful. I think I expected 6. I think I'm gonna get 5 here though. What length? Wait, or is it array dot size? I'm not too sure. IB. Okay, right, so let's get the length of this. Dot size. I think that's where I left off, right? I just wanted to know what array length was in Ruby. I think it's size. I think there's a length for it too. Let me see. Dot length. And then yeah, 0, beautiful. So the I just use right, beautiful, it's 5, right? And I need 6, right? So there's actually another one in here. I believe it's on this one. Right, Z children, and then my overlay display 1, and now it should come up as 6. Right, beautiful. And then I definitely notice that I do zoom out a lot. Yeah, I should definitely do something about that. It shouldn't be zooming out so much, but So so now that I have my elements, what I want to hit is the add button. Um, I think what I want to go ahead and do is I want to be able to select that too. Should I add button? Alright, but I'm just going to try to pick it up. Alright, so add one. I'm going to say add one. Add equals first. Add one. Oh. Wait, no. It's going to have to be class contains add one, I believe. I'm going to contain that. Okay, and now I'll just I think it's random. Right, beautiful. Alright, so random out of 5 times do x, right? And alright, so what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I just want to be able to click it, add that click, let me see if that's the case, and only sleep to see if it executed. Let's see, 5 seconds at least. Oh, add. I just said add without that click. Beautiful. Alright, at least Mozilla, the Firefox process got killed, so that's nice. That's good to know. Alright, beautiful, right? So in the test, I know it's working. Right, so now I know that the test is working. Now I just have to be able to, once I grab them, right, I want to be able to see how much I have. Right, so I know that there's 6, right? I want to make some sort of array. I want to say with index x, I. That should be do statement. And then I think since I know that there's 6, I just want to go every 6. I definitely want to go like every 6. So we'll make an array. Yeah, make a hash here instead. Elements, right? Oh, no. That's what I want to do. But I go ahead and do all. Right, and now I wanted to say sorted is an array. Right, and now let's say I mod. So now I'd say like 6 mod 6 equals 0, and then 7 mod 6 is 1. Right, so if equals 0, Wait, no, now I'm using JavaScript. Ooh, I'm pretty sure it's this. It doesn't work like that. Like if statements. I know I have more unless than if statements. So unless else, let me make an end statement. Bang is unless I mod 6 is not equal to 0. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is say add dot sorted dot push, I believe. I want to make a new array. Very beautiful. All right. Oh. Right, and now what I want to go ahead and do is I want to push a new hash. And I think I need to put this in parentheses, but let's try it out. I think the top's not going to be the same. Yeah, I need to know the top if it's like a certain distance. Dot style. And then top. And comma left. Right, and then I just keep going. Right, and let's Alright, let's see how this goes. Alright, so it's an error. I think I have to close this up. Turn this stage thrashing. Right. Right. They should be symbols instead. I forgot about my symbols here. Beautiful. Alright, so now I have all symbols. It should start working now. All my property keys are symbols. And they should start to work. And I don't think I need to... Yeah. Alright, so let's see how this looks. Right, beautiful, right? So yeah, basically like there's a distance from the first one to the second one, right? And we want to make sure that those distances like correspond, like 2059, right? 2141, 2141. right? We want to be able to subtract and make sure we're getting the exact same number, right? That those distances are equal. So how can I go about doing this? Alright, so now I'm just going to ask about I'm going to ask about the last index. I'm going to ask about the current index. Right, and I'm going to make a variable. Should it equal to 0 or -1, because you know it just can't be less. -1, and then I think I have to number parse the px. We may get I get a string back. And so I gotta take those two and just make sure that the alignment is aligned properly. I could do the same thing for the second one, but obviously it's gonna be another time. Right, and I got a number parse it, and I think I have. First time I use it, let's see what I did. Right, I said number parse. Right, beautiful, so top equals Alright. To integer and then alright, so now expect current top minus previous top to equal vertical. That's what I want to do. Alright, I think I gotta remember my yeah. See, oh, I don't think this is gonna end well, but let's see. Alright, so basically I'm putting the divs in arrays, right? Right, so given 1, expected 0. Yeah, no, normal parse expects a so it did something wrong here, but I'm pretty sure it's expecting an argument. Pretty sure it's expecting 1 argument. I'm not too sure. Maybe it was on the equal sign. Oh, you clicked it once. Yeah, like, at least it's supposed to click once, so I'm not too sure. Alright, let's see if it failed. This is interesting. This is a Ruby issue. Alright. I'm not too sure why it's actually getting upset. Right, number parse actually does take a argument. Alright, let's see what's going on here. See what happens if I actually try to remove this argument here. So right, so now, yeah, there's just there's some reason why this happens. I'm not too sure why it happens. Give it 0, expected 1, right? Yeah, 1045, that means, right, yeah, this is, alright, yeah, this is something I had to pause the stream for. Alright, so I believe I solved the issue. Alright, and then to float. Let's get 2 float. So I believe I solved the issue. I think it was just something with the way the indexing was done. It didn't like it, and I ended up thinking that it was like a function, but it's fine. We figured it out. I want to use at instead of using indexing just to access array values, which is fun. Okay, so wow, this. Right, we kind of need to round off here. Fine. 2i and then 2i. Wait, but I think it did try to round off. Alright, so I think it did try to round off. P add index for. Alright, so basically you just want to make sure that right, so it should have some printouts though. 1589, right, so beautiful, right, so I got 1590. Right, expect it. So now I just have to expect it to be within delta. All right, and how do I write that out? Within. Let's just say 2 of. Let's see if that works. Because 1589, 1590, you can see how that 1px difference really shouldn't make a difference there. I think this test is gonna pass. It's 6 for 5. Right, beautiful. All right, so now we got that test to pass. Right, and now we want to go ahead and make sure is that the lefts are equal. Right, so the previous and the current, you want to just make sure that their lefts are equal. To be the same distance. Okay. And so I'm just going to go ahead and just do the same thing here. Beautiful. All right, now run that test and see if it works. Right, beautiful, and everything was able to work out right. So I have all these skits test, and everything I take care of. Obviously, this test was too long to implement, right? But it's short, so definitely I am going to be able to post this all in the video description. I'll link to the copy of the test in the video description, and all the additional resources that is needed. So thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. And most importantly, reach out in the comments. Reach out in the comments where we post additional information in the software world in our social media. And once again, links will be posted in the video description. Thanks for watching.